Hi, I'm Officer Roy Paz with the Tampa Police Department, and it's time for On the Road with Roy. Let's go! Hello, Tampa Bay. I'm Officer Roy Paz with Tampa Police Department, and we are doing our first episode of On the Road with Roy. That's me. And guys, we are so excited. This is our first episode, so I'm going to tell you a little bit on what this is all about. What we do is we go to different McDonald's throughout the Tampa Bay area that is owned by Casper's Company. Casper's Company's been fantastic, and we have a great partnership with them, and they've allowed us to come to their McDonald's. And what we do is we do things to showcase all the neat stuff at the Tampa Police Department. And we also answer questions from people, maybe just walking in, and we also do interviews and things. So a big shout out to Casper's Company. Guys, if you're out there, you're driving around, you know, Casper's Company has 51 McDonald's throughout the Bay Area, okay? So you're driving around, you look at a McDonald's, it's probably one of theirs. Stop in, get you a mocha frappe, or even a Big Mac, 2 all beef patty special, sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seeds bun. You can't beat that. Woo! Okay, guys? So if you get a chance, stop in, say hi to those folks. They're fantastic. So let's get back to what we're doing today. We've got our very first guest. We're actually doing an interview today, and our interview is with our Hispanic Liaison Officer for the Tampa Police Department. This is Rose Angelakopoulos. Dun, da, 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 da. Rose,
hello.
Welcome to On the Road with Roy.
Hi, thank you.
Hey, now, Rose, I am not a Spanish-speaking expert, okay? But I know that Angelakopoulos probably is not a Hispanic last name.
No,
right?
that you're so smart. It's
Can
not.
you tell me about that?
So actually, my maiden name is Castillo. I'm from Dominican Republic, but my husband is Greek. He's actually Greek and Colombian, but he's obviously adopted the Greek side of
Yes.
Angelakopoulos.
Nice. Now at home, do you guys eat more Spanish food or do you eat more Greek food?
It's like United Nations. We have a whole bunch of food
very
in there.
nice.
It's a huge mix. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, welcome. I tell you, we're really excited to have you here. Especially, we got a lot of stuff going on in the Bay Area right now with things that are going on in Cuba and stuff. And you know, but before we get into that, I just want to ask you, can you tell us a little bit about what you do as the Hispanic Liaison Officer for the Police Department?
Right, so I'm very grateful to be able to do this for our Hispanic community. I was not born here in the United States. I was born in Dominican Republic, so I understand a lot of the needs that our Hispanic community has. And a lot of it is education. Some of these people come from countries where the police are actually very corrupt. They take bribes, and so when they come here to the U.S. and there's a language barrier, and they have that perception of law enforcement, you combine that together, and it becomes a really problem and a challenge to be able to police our Hispanic community. So really with this position, it's I deal with unique issues for our Hispanic community, and like you said, right now with the Cuban crisis, I mean, that's just as real as it gets. They're dealing with a lot in Cuba, and so, with the partnerships that I've made with media and local community leaders, we've been able to keep a handle on the situation here in Tampa.
Yeah, and communication's got to be huge. I mean,
Right.
that's the thing, it's the language barrier between everyone. And you do a lot of media stuff also, right? You're
Correct.
on Telemundo, you're on different news outlets and things like that. How is that for you? I mean, because that's really not an easy thing to do.
Right, well, with 30% of our population here in the city of Tampa being Hispanic, being able to communicate with them in their language is very important. So I work closely, like you said, with Telemundo, Univision. There's also WFLA. They created a Spanish segment in their English
Really?
channel, Channel 8.
I did not
So
know
yeah,
that.
I already tapped in with them. So it's very important to have these relationships with the media and the radio stations. They've been so helpful at getting the message out, with these demonstrations that have been going out. They've been very, very supportive of what we're doing.
Yeah. Rose, I know your job's important. We were talking about you for just a moment, and it just popped in my head here. You're not from the United States. You're from the Dominican Republic.
That's
and but you have to be a citizen to be a police officer here at Tampa Police Department. Can you tell us about how long ago did you get your citizenship? Was it something like you were born there and then moved here when you were a kid, or is that recent, or
Right. So I'm going to tell you something a little bit interesting. So I actually came to the U.S. when I was about 9 or 10. I joined the military when I was 18, so I had my green card.
What branch was that?
Army.
Okay.
And I'm still in the Army Reserves. And so when I deployed to Afghanistan, to be able to hold a clearance in the military, you have to be a citizen. So when I deployed, they actually rushed our paperwork, and I got naturalized in Afghanistan.
That is so cool.
Right, so I don't know how legal that is. You may want to go
no,
check ICE
you're
or
good.
something.
Hey, if they give it to you, you're good. Don't
Yeah,
look back.
right. Yeah, I got my paper, and I was like, thank you.
That is awesome. And that's
Yeah.
awesome that you serve in the military too.
Yep.
Actually in the Army.
That's
wow,
right.
you know, if I walked into McDonald's and I saw you sitting there, I wouldn't think, man, that's a soldier sitting there.
Really? Like
well,
you can't see that?
Well, yeah, now
Okay,
I can.
all right.
Yes.
Okay, just kidding.
But I think that's so cool, though.
Yeah,
so
thank
cool
you.
In that, and that's neat. With all your Army experience, does it help translate into police work and what you're doing now? Did you have to do any type of Hispanic relationships with folks while you were in the Army? I would imagine when you're in Afghanistan.
It definitely helps. It definitely helps with being able to talk to people, because in the military you deal with people from all over the world. So it helps with being able to communicate and understand different cultures.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you were in Afghanistan, I'm assuming there was a big language barrier there also.
Right, so we had interpreters, local Afghan interpreters that helped us with the community there.
Neat stuff. My dad was from Spain, and my wife is from Cuba, and I'm as country as a turnip green. Okay, I don't speak any Spanish or anything else like that. My dad was so busy trying to learn English that he wanted us all speaking English, so
right.
That's what we did. So, but again, so I'm blessed to be here, and I haven't really traveled, a lot. So, but I do run across folks often that, on traffic stops and things like that, that we have that language barrier and stuff like that. So you're going to be busy coming up here soon for Hispanic Heritage Month, right? And that's
correct.
I think that's September 15th through October 15th. And do you have any idea why? Check this out. September 15th through October 15th. Do you have any idea why they picked the 15th to the 15th instead of the 1st to the 1st,
right.
or anything else like
well,
that?
actually, so Hispanic Heritage Month used to only be 15 days, and it was from September 15 to the end of September. However, I think it was President Reagan expanded it, but the reason September 15 was chosen was because that's the day that, I want to say 5 Latin American countries obtained their independence. So there's significance to that.
I thought there had to be something to it.
Right, in the middle of the month, right.
Right.
That's why.
Well, Riz, you had brought up that folks from other countries, the police aren't as nice in some other countries as we are here in the United States, right? So, and I see that sometimes, and I do traffic, I'm on the traffic squad, so I do a lot of traffic stops and things like that. And I run across a lot of folks that don't speak English at all. I work up in the area up near Lowry Park and stuff, and we have a big, huge Hispanic community there. What's the percentage you said?
30%.
30%
pretty
of
significant.
Tampa
And I bet you
is
half
huge.
of that 30% don't speak English.
Right, exactly. And I see that because a lot of, I would say out of, let's say I do 20 stops a day, okay? Sometimes 30, but 20 stops a day. And I would say at least 10 out of those 20 stops is going to be someone that doesn't speak English too well. Right. And I recognize it right off the bat and everything. However, the folks are super nervous. I pull them over, I walk up to the car and introduce myself. Hey, I'm Officer Paz, Tampa Police Department, and right away they let me know they don't speak English, but I can just see the fear in their face. When they go to hand me their license, their hands are shaking and stuff, and I feel horrible. I'm like, no, it's okay, really. But they have no idea what I'm saying.
You probably stopped my mom.
I didn't give her a ticket, did I?
I hope, no, no, probably not.
No, but we do stop a lot of folks, and for us, we just really want people to feel comfortable. It's a traffic stop, for goodness sakes. They didn't just, if they just robbed a bank, they need to be nervous, okay? Mm-hmm. But on a traffic stop, they shouldn't be nervous, so nervous to where their hands are shaking and things like that. And I just really, if there's any way we can get that out to them and stuff, that would just absolutely be fantastic.
Well, yeah, that goes back to partnering with a lot of these news outlets where, I go on a weekly basis sometimes, and we communicate these things. A lot of them fear filing a police report, you know, and they stay a victim because they think that if they call the police and they're not documented, that we're going to deport them. And, you know, we're not ICE. We're not here to do that. So that just adds to that problem. It's just not knowing.
And one of the other things that I run across as a traffic officer is IDs. You know, a lot of folks will not have an ID with them, and it's not because they don't want to. They may have just forgot it and left it at the house or something else like that. And it is difficult. And I tell you what, one of the best things ever is Google Translate. I mean, I get on that thing and talk, you know, I got a little bit of Spanish that I can get through just to get the license and things, but the Google Translate really helps out, and it makes them at ease also. So, you know, let me ask you this. I've been practicing, I practiced a little Spanish. I took actually a Spanish class for law enforcement officers. I did horrible at it, but I took it, okay? But I was wondering if you and I can do a little role play here, maybe out, and we can pretend like we're doing a traffic stop, and you can tell me how I did.
Okay, that sounds good.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's
do it. All right,
let's
do this, okay? Let's go, guys. Hey guys, we're out in the parking lot now, and we're gonna simulate a traffic stop between me and Rose. Obviously, me being the police officer and Rose being the Spanish person does speak English, okay? So here we go. I gotta get my police mode. Here we go, ready. All right, here we go. Hello, ma'am. I'm Officer Roy Paz with Tampa Police Department. I stopped you for doing 42 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. It was 12 miles an hour over the speed limit. May I see your driver's license, registration, and insurance card, please?
Me no speaking no English.
Oh, no English. Not even a little? Okay, no problem, no problem. Licencia, por favor. Gracias. Un momento. All right. Now, at this time, I'm walking back to my car. I'm checking her license and her registration and everything, so that takes a second. Just a second. I'm going to wait. All right, we're back. Wait a minute. All right, we're back. Google Translate, best thing ever, okay? Ma'am, I stopped you for doing 42 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. That was 12 miles an hour over the speed limit. Please slow down. I am just giving you a warning, no citation. Have a great day. Ma'am?
Oh, thank you so much. No ticket. Bye.
You're welcome. Guys, welcome back, and we hope you enjoyed that little scenario there, Rose. Thank you so much for the feedback, okay?
Sure,
And
no problem.
know, at the end there, we went through everything, and I did the Google Translate and stuff, and after it was all over, you said, "Thank you very much, officer," and you drove off. And I'm like, you know, that happens to me. I'll pull people over, and they'll say, "No speaking English." I say, "A little English, un poquito," or something. No English. I say, okay, and you know, and I do give out some warnings and things. And let's say I happen to give them a warning. I don't give them a warning because they can't speak English. I give them a warning because their record was good, and I think that they understand and things. So I'll tell them, okay, well, just a warning. And as soon as they find out it's a warning, I'll say, "Hey, thank you very much." And it's like they speak English, and they drive off from me, and I'm like, what just happened here, okay?
Yeah.
And so you know, but it is funny, but most of the folks, they just can't communicate at all. So the Google Translate, though, what'd you think?
I think it's great. It's a great tool. Whatever you can add to that belt of things you can use, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Rose, we are so excited that you were our very first guest, okay?
It's an honor.
Is there anything that you think we're missing from this interview that you think that we should have asked or get the information out to the public?
I think you did great. You are just amazing. Your energy is...
Oh, well, whatever. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, again, Rose, thank you very much. And guys, thanks for tuning in and watching this, okay? We're going to be doing some more in the future, so please check that out if you can. And again, Tampa Bay, you're awesome. And as they say in the Dominican Republic, we'll see you next time. Wait, don't go nowhere. You thought we were gone, okay? Hey, I just wanted to thank Casper's Company one more time for allowing us to be here at their McDonald's. Again, guys, don't forget, if you're driving around, you look around, it's probably a Casper's Company McDonald's right there. Stop in, get you something. You deserve it, okay? Thank you, and we'll see you again next time.